guys see the title. This video is gonna be for me. Okay, there's a lot of wasps right there. I'm probably about to get stung. If you get stung by a wasp, all you gotta do is drink your fucking pee. Oh, he's chasing me. Pee, 15. Create the antigens in your blood to cure the pain. Now, okay, this video, like I said, is mostly gonna be for me. You guys see what I said? I found my purpose. And here I am, walking. I'm 5'7". All right. I weigh 120 pounds. I'm gonna explain to you why that is important to my purpose. But I'm gonna explain to you why this video right now is important to you. Because you might be looking for your purpose, or you might have your purpose and you just want to revalidate it, or you want to relate and compare to somebody who's also passionate about having a purpose in this life. Okay, so I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this video. And I'm really excited to give this to you guys. And let's dive in, okay? So number one, the reason why being 5'7", 120 pounds directly is important to what I'm talking about right now, my purpose, is because it creates different struggles. And usually the biggest struggle of your life is what will create the most growth, which will create the purpose in your life. It'll create the most momentum, passion, and drive, which brings out the most from your soul. So that's why it's most of the time directly linked to your purpose, okay? So also, something I want to say, your purpose isn't always directly linked to, your purpose is not always directly related or linked to what you do for money, okay? Because I want to make something clear right here. A lot of what is our purpose is going to go against the grain, okay? Your purpose has to do with evolution of consciousness, bringing yourself to the next level, therefore creating an example for other humans to follow, to go to the next level as well, okay? So, very simply put, the status quo, the world we live in right now, has a control grid, a control system, because they want to be able to sell us stuff and to keep things going as usual, right? The status quo. Now, if something goes against the status quo, they'll put a block on it. And it has nothing to do with like them actually just thinking about this shit deeply and wanting to keep humans like trapped and shit like that. Honestly, they're just playing their role without knowing it. So for example, like society, you know what I'm saying, wants to make money, okay? The corporations want to make money. They're just gonna think, how do I make this money? Okay, people gotta be stupid for me to make this money. All right, I'm gonna make people stupid. They don't see the big picture. They're just a part of the plan. All right, don't think that there's some like dude who's smarter than you out there like controlling the whole grid. It's not like that. It's everybody just plays their part in the puzzle, okay? We all just play our part in the puzzle. Now, there might be some people out there who have a heightened awareness and know that they're doing evil, and then they rationalize it as it's a part of the game plan. And that's perfect. Like, a lot of Satanists do that. And that's fine, okay? But what I want to say is, for example, part of my purpose is getting people to become enlightened or raise their frequency to sync up with the shift of the universe. And it's not like I have to really do much because it's already happening, but I'm just a part of the universe helping it happen, okay? But a part of that is getting people to find new levels of bliss and pleasure. All right, now you can do that through breathing. You can do that through urine therapy. You can do that through all these things, right? But like, why would anybody want to do that? Like, it's just not appealing. So one of the most appealing things would be an orgasm, because that is a pathway. But you can't put Facebook ads. You can't put Facebook ads about orgasms, about sex, right? So it's not going to be something that I could like really scale in the traditional sense. So I might do something on the side to make money so that I can do my purpose. Now, as you can see, I don't make any money off these YouTube videos. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I have like 30-minute long stories at a time. And I don't make any money off those stories. So why would I do this? It's because it's directly linked to my purpose. If you want to know where your purpose is, look at what you do for free. Non-stop, obsessively. And then realize how it's actually linked to your greatest struggle. For example, my greatest struggle in my life has been to have sex with girls, because I'm so fucking close to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because I weigh less than them. I don't have that dominant authority. So girls aren't trying to date me, and then they get almost offended when I try to fuck them sometimes. Now, but that's only because I didn't have the amount of certainty and conviction about the value that I was bringing to the table. And, you know, that's cool. It's time to change that, and that's my purpose. Now, also, my content here on YouTube is shadow banned. When I was doing semen retention content on this channel, I got 2,000 subscribers in like 3 months. And then as soon as I started talking about some real shit, instantly shadow banned. Right now I'm doing this live, and there's nobody watching right now. There's 0 people watching right now. So I'm literally doing this for no viewers. I'm literally making this video right now for no viewers and no money. And that's how I know it's my purpose. That's how I know it's my purpose. And this hurts deeply. This content's banned on, I know that this content's banned on YouTube, you know? And the only person that just came in here was like the one hater that I have. You know, and he's just like, who are you talking to? And that's funny, because I still keep going with this shit. And I know it's directly linked to my purpose, because nobody's fucking watching, because it's so fucking shadow banned, because this is the kind of shit that nobody fucking teaches and you won't find anywhere. And this is what's going to take the leap. It's going to create a leap for our humanity. And it's exciting. So, for example, there's orgasmic bliss that you can accomplish. And that is going to take you to a higher state of being, which will give you more awareness. You can reach this level through breathing, through meditation, like obviously like all the yogis have done throughout centuries, but nobody really wants to do that. So you have to start with what people like. All right. Now, one of the ways to actually get people excited about enlightenment or going to higher consciousness can just be about, you know, telling them to follow their passion. And look at this. So how many coaches are out there telling people to follow their passion? Those coaches have a purpose. That's the first stage. Oh yeah, follow your passion, follow your highest joy. Getting people to step outside the matrix and create a business that they're passionate about so that they can make money doing what they love, right? That's one step towards raising people's vibration, because they're not stuck doing the same monotonous 9-to-5 job. Okay, so that's the first stage, and that's why we had a wave of that. But now it's time to go higher. Now it's time to break down social conditioning and all this shit that's plaguing people's minds, because a lot of people out there are in pain. Like, you can literally spend your whole life trying to give nothing but humanity, enlightenment and good vibes and good energy, and people will still say you're delusional. You know what I'm saying? You have bad vibes, you have bad intentions, or you're crazy, or all this shit, right? It's funny because like all you're literally doing is the opposite. Your intentions. That's the thing. You always get the opposite of what you put out, and you get what you put out. So you get both back because it's yin and yang. So you will always get the haters, people that don't understand you, and you will always get the people who link up with you 100% and grow with you. All right? You're going to find your tribe, and you're going to find your enemies when you're being real, when you're being yourself. And it should come down from deep in your core. What you feel is what you need to do. And I'm telling you, the best way to know if it's your purpose, like I said, is you do other things for money just so you can do this other thing that doesn't make you money. All right? It's the same thing as like if you're a rapper, but you sell drugs to get money to make a music video. Dude, that means that fucking music is your purpose, bro. That's what's up. You know? Don't get caught up selling the drugs, you know what I'm saying? But keep making the music. It's the same thing with me, okay? So this self-development journey that I've been on, I've been teaching on my stories. I've been teaching, and I've been getting shadow banned. I got banned off Facebook completely. I got banned off Instagram, and then they let me back, but now I'm shadow banned. You can't even type in my name. I don't come up. And on YouTube, also shadow banned. Now, granted, I probably shouldn't have talked about the NWO so much, and I shouldn't have talked about the VACCINES so much. I understand that. That probably was the main thing that got me banned off Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube, to be honest. It's probably not so much the sex talk. The sex talk will get you demonetized and kind of like lower ranked, but I don't think it'll shadow ban you per se. But I could be wrong because there's actually, if you watch people here on YouTube, they type in S3X instead of sex, and they never say the word sex in like podcasts and stuff like that. They never say the word rape, sex, or any of these things because it definitely lowers your rating here on YouTube. But anyways, with all of that said, that's okay. It's not that I have to find a way around it at all. It's just that I need to find my own way, right? So, for example, I think I'm going to do DM blasts on Instagram and blast out a message. And it's not even like there has to be a return on investment, obviously, or I can't do the DM blast. Wait, so talking about sex gets you demonetized? Crazy. Yeah, it does. So if you guys, what's his name? Xander. It's 3X in his title because it gets you banned off YouTube. But also talking about vaccines, talking about New World Order, talking about globalization, talking about anything conspiracy, 9/11 conspiracies, chemtrails, any of that stuff will also get you demonetized and banned and shadow banned. So when I go live, nobody sees my shit at all. I have, 2,000 subscribers. Nobody sees this shit. Nobody sees it at all. Nobody fucking actually sees my channel anymore. And that's cool. You could be like, oh, dude, like you could hate on me and be like, oh, dude, you're preaching to nobody. Nobody wants to follow you. Okay, cool. That's just the perception that they created of me by controlling my fucking views. And that's cool. I don't give a fuck because I know I can make millions of dollars other ways, and I can use that money to do marketing campaigns and not marketing campaigns on Facebook. I will find ways like DM blasts that are literally like hacking the system to get my fucking shit out there anyways. I always find a way and I always win in the end. Me speaking my truth here for 2 or 3 people is for myself, so I could just speak. And then if it helps 1 or 2 people, that's perfect, because those 1 or 2 people, if they do even half of what I'm doing, could change the fucking world. So there you go. Anyways, so when it comes down to my specific purpose right now, I'm finding that being able to create higher orgasmic experiences while simultaneously cultivating that energy, sustaining that energy, and redirecting it towards supercharging your life is something that I just love to talk about on a daily basis. And it's like I can't stop talking about it. And because I can't stop talking about it, I do it for free. And that's how I know it's my purpose. Because I do it for free, I know it's my purpose. Because it's the one thing that hooks me every time and I can't stop thinking about it. Because it's the one thing that gets me laid and gives me amazing experiences. When I say it to a girl with passion, you know, when I explain meditation or explain higher consciousness and how you can cultivate sexual energy through tantra and, you know, give girls 10 to 15 orgasms and then supercharge it, or guys can semen retain and have non-ejaculatory orgasms and maintain that orgasmic bliss in their body to reach heightened states of awareness. This is the type of shit I'm like, what the fuck? I need to learn more about this, right? And it excites me, and I want to go read books on it right now. So this is the one thing I'm going to talk to girls about. This is the one thing I'm going to talk to people for free about. Have you ever had a tantric relationship? Have they been sustainable? Every relationship I have is tantra. So the girl that I had sex with last week, me and her had tantra the whole time. We were visualizing and breathing together. The relationship I was in before that, because I do semen retention, it's a prolonged state of arousal, so I don't bust, so I just enjoy the moment. So it's a meditative state. That's tantra, and I'm visualizing while I'm doing it. I'm using it to supercharge me. Dude, jacking yourself off in the morning but not coming is tantra. Tantra is just a sustained state of arousal where you boost your energy with it. You go to a high through your sexual energy, and you use that sexual energy to supercharge your life. That's what tantra is. There's a bunch of techniques to do it. Breathing, you know what I'm saying, anking. There's a bunch of shit, and I plan to learn more about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually going to go read a book. I'm actually going to go read 3 books today about it. And then I'm going to go approach girls and talk about it. I just want to talk to everybody about it, because I know that this is one of the keys to, right? Because so many people don't know what they're doing sexually, and so many people are repressed, and they're repressed in many ways. Girls repress themselves with their limiting beliefs, and whatever, and they can't have sex with a guy unless they're using a condom, or unless he fits all of their boxes, like he's like 6'4" or whatever. But really, if they knew that guys do semen retention and nobody's getting pregnant, and if you do urine therapy, you can't get STDs, then sex can be free and open, you know, just like it is in my life. And for guys, they're repressed in many ways as well. But mainly, number one is that they're not ticking girls' boxes, and only 5% of them are actually having sex. And this is one of the keys, right? This is one of the keys. If you're able to deliver a high orgasmic experience to a girl and say it in a passionate way about why it's important to you, she's probably going to have sex. Oh, and you have to also get her to understand why it's going to be low key if she does it with you, and why there's no downside to do it with you, and like how you want to keep it low key. And you got to tell stories about like these kind of experiences take people to the next level. But I know a lot of people judge, so I keep it low key. Like, honestly, like, I don't, this is why I never get into relationships. Like, first of all, I love women too much. You know, I love women too much. Just in general, I look at every single woman as just the feminine. There's only one woman, and they all just represent the feminine divine energy of the universe. And also because I know that I can't just be with one girl, because I have to help multiple girls, but also because that one girl, her family won't accept me. I won't fit into her life. I won't tick her boxes. And so I'm just kind of like the low-key guy who gives girls enlightening experiences and teaches men how to do the same. And this is just a passion of mine that I don't get paid for. So I go and I make money other ways online through sales and marketing, just so that I can do my passion that I feel so passionate about, which is helping people understand why we've been repressed, how we've been repressed, and how to let go of those limiting beliefs, release those inner traumas and limiting behavioral patterns that keep us away from enlightenment. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Men are concentrated forms of masculine energy, while women are concentrated forms of feminine energy. Correct. And you have to have value as a man in your masculine to offer women, or they will not do anything with you. Okay? So, for example, I can get girls to sext me on Snapchat, but it's harder for me to get them to sext me on Instagram. Why? Because on Instagram, I don't have a blue check. On Instagram, they can see who I fuck with. They can see my social proof. They can see who I am. And they will look at the face value about what other people believe of me, regardless of what I actually am. But on Snapchat, I can just display raw value, and then also messages delete, and nobody will ever find out that they're talking to me. So I have like 20 girls sexting me on Snapchat right now. And like a lot of them want to meet up and hang out because nobody will ever know that it happened. You know? And that's cool. You know, Tinder's another place. But my goal is to be able to deliver this information, this content, to women in person. You understand? So that they understand I can give them 10 to 15 orgasms, help them get over their trauma and limiting beliefs, help them cultivate the energy to boost their life, and it's going to be low-key and nobody's going to find out about it. All right? So let's go over this. How do I do this? How do I let girls know this? Well, I might say something like, wait, I'm actually curious. You're not like one of those girls that's like super gullible and believes everything society tells her about like what's bad and what's good. Like you have like a lot of sex shame and like are part of like the slut shame culture and stuff like that, right? Nah, okay, so you're like pretty open-minded, yeah, adventurous. You like to explore, give into your curiosity, which, by the way, curiosity is a part of the creation process, which leads to higher awareness, empowerment, knowing yourself. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so you're actually fun. That's what's up. Okay, yeah, no, I have to make sure, because I'm into a lot of things that are outside the social norm, and a lot of people would judge me for the things that I'm into. And she's like, well, what do you do? Well, for example, I do some things that are illegal on Facebook, that are illegal on different ad platforms, and I literally have online businesses that I just do to make money to fund my passion, which is teaching this stuff, which I teach for free. And it's a lot of stuff to do with tantric sex. It's a lot of stuff to do with releasing inner traumas and limiting beliefs that stop us from our creative process of finding out our higher self and manifesting our true potential in this reality. So, for example, pleasure is a pathway to higher awareness, empowerment, and enlightenment. And you can cultivate orgasmic, blissful experiences and redirect it to supercharge your life. But a lot of guys don't know what the fuck they're doing in bed. I mean, you know how guys are, right? Like 70% of girls aren't having orgasms. And then even if they are, they don't know how to repeat it. And so I teach guys how to give girls 10 to 15 orgasms and then actually cultivate that energy and sustain it for long periods of time, where they can redirect that energy when their whole body's engaged and all the senses are engaged towards who they are, finding out who they are, what their purpose is, their visions, their goals, and it helps with manifestation. Um, and yeah, I don't just teach, like, I don't just go into like, oh, like the girl's anatomy or how to connect with her mentally, psychologically. It's 80% mental is the stimulation to orgasm, or like how to squirt a girl, or like different positions and stuff like that. But I do go into that stuff too. It's important. I go over it thoroughly with a lot of my people. But the most important part to me is, literally being able to undo these tangled knots of social conditioning and repression and limiting beliefs and objections we have towards finding out our own pleasure, basically. And I know that a lot of people judge for this kind of thing, so I just have to make sure, like, you know what I'm saying, I keep it low key with whoever I do this experience with, and honestly, because I have this passion, like, a lot of girls like judge me and they think like I'm a fuck boy or whatever, right? But honestly, like, my problem is I just love women so much, and I look at every single woman as just the divine feminine. Every woman represents the divine feminine, and I love every single woman that I come in contact with deeply, but I could never, you know what I'm saying, be loyal in the social conditioned sense, or a one girl type of guy, because I'm so outside of the reality for most of these girls' lives that they could never see me as a viable partner in that sense, in the traditional sense anyways. So yeah, but I keep everything really low key with the girls, with every single girl that I'm with. But I'm curious about something, like, have you ever had like any of these super empowering, enlightening sexual experiences? Super fun? No? You ever had like 10 to 15 back-to-back orgasms where you actually like sustain it over a long period of time and it feels like it's never going to end? And then you use it to supercharge your life now? Okay. Yeah. I'd probably start you off pretty slow then. I wouldn't want to kill you. Yeah. Just remind me, like, if we have chemistry and like we're like fucking alone and everything's low key and shit like that, I would just take it slow with you. Yeah. Just remind me. All right, cool. By the way, there's something else I need to tell you. So like, I do what I said before was semen retention, and this is where you actually don't come as much, and it makes it so I can last like pretty much forever in bed. And I just have to ask you, like, you're not the type of person who wouldn't speak up if something was too intense, right? All right, yeah, because it could be kind of intense for girls sometimes. So I have to ask that. Like, I usually give girls safe words and stuff like that. And we might not even be doing BDSM stuff. I might not even be tying her up and stuff like that. But we have different ways that we can, because even the tantra stuff is too intense sometimes. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure with that. But also, like, most girls can't even make me come because I have so much self-control over that. Like, what are some of the things that you would do to make me come? Like, what are some of the things that you do to make a guy come? Okay, there you go. Now, you're gonna have to gauge some of the shit, but some of the spiritual shit is too outside of a girl's reality. So I'll just like break it down like into smaller bite-sized pieces. Like, yeah, like I like to teach all this stuff about sex, how to have heightened orgasmic experiences, but how you can use those pleasureful experiences to actually supercharge and boost your life. But the reason why a lot of girls aren't having orgasms these days is not just because a guy doesn't know their anatomy or how to connect with her and get her stimulated psychologically first, but it's also because girls have a lot of social conditioning, limiting beliefs, and inner trauma. So I dive really deep into releasing all of that, and it's not hard. It can happen in one session. And girls who told me that they never orgasmed before, or like couldn't orgasm or whatever, after like I give them 10 to 15 orgasms, it's like I call it like a jump start. Like, from then on, they're like, they're basically able to have orgasms with almost any guy that they hook up with. And that's beautiful to me because now they're having a better experience for themselves. So we have girls out here having sex, but not having pleasure. And they actually get regret after they have sex with the guy because they didn't actually enjoy it. And this is a problem because now we're just having empty, loose sex instead of deep, enlightening experiences. So that's why I'm so passionate about this stuff. And because I don't like to be told no, when I try to launch an ad on Facebook and this gets banned over and over and over again, or my YouTube channel gets shadow banned, or my Instagram, you could type in my name right now, it's not even going to come up. It puts even more of a fire under my ass to realize that this is important content that needs to get out to the masses. So with that being said, that's what I do. But I'm curious about something. Have you ever had any super enlightening, empowering sexual experiences where you were actually able to let go into the moment and experience your divine femininity? Okay. Interesting. Have you never had 10 to 15 orgasms with a guy? No. Wow. Okay. Okay. So then remind me if there was chemistry between us and we were alone, it was all super low key. It was just me and you to take it completely fucking slow with you. Wouldn't want to kill you. This could be an intense experience. Okay, there you go. That's kind of how I'm coming. That's kind of how I'm coming at girls these days. But here's the main key. The main key is not what I'm saying. The main key is what I'm learning. So right now I'm about to go watch a squirting course. After I watch the squirting course, I'm reading a book called Sexual Transmutation, or whatever the fuck it's called, by Mantak Chia. Sexual Cultivation or some shit. And I'm going to read all of those sex books and also read Sex God today. And then with this knowledge and with this energy, I'm going to start putting together a course. Now, of course, I'm going to sell the course, so I will eventually make money from this, but it's not to rival any other sex coaches in the industry or any UMP guys or RSD guys. It has nothing to do with that. I'm paving my own lane, my own road. It's going to be different than anything else that anybody's doing. And everybody's going to complement each other. It's not going to take away from what anybody else is doing. And, basically, I'm going to use different forms of marketing that are non-conventional to make this happen. And I'm going to drink my fucking pee and breathe every single day, deep breaths, until it happens. And the reason why I know it has to happen is because if I don't focus on this 100%, I won't get laid. And if I don't get my needs fulfilled, I will not be able to be happy. So this is my only hope to sustain myself, which is directly linked to my purpose. And there you go. The universe ordained it. This is probably the most powerful I've ever made, because once you realize the subtleties in it, then you realize exactly what you were put here on earth to do. And you see me make a video this powerful against all odds, nobody watching, shadow banned on YouTube. And that might lower the perceived value in your eyes, because we are all socially conditioned to believe that what has eyeballs on it is valuable. And that's totally fine with me. That's one of my great tests, to do this when nobody's watching. Just like when you're a rapper and you perform for 5 people because nobody showed up to your first concert. Or you're a comedian, nobody was there for your first concert because nobody fully believed. You didn't have enough energy coming towards you from others, right? And you have to generate your own energy. You're trying to prove to the universe, basically, that you can generate enough energy on your own because you're so passionate about this that you can make it happen even when nobody's believing in you. And then they all give you their energy, and then that boosts you. Next thing you know, you're one of the best in the world. But there's always this test right here, this part right here. And I know this because I've been there. With my rapping, I did shows for 5 people, and then I did shows for 2,000 people. Didn't mean I fully blew up, but I saw the stages and I went through the stages. And so this is one of the stages I'm going through now with the sex coaching. And it is part of my divine purpose. It's not my only purpose, but it's definitely a higher part of my purpose. It's a big part of my purpose. And it does have listen, don't believe what people say about like, when you find your purpose, it's like you'll never work another day in your life. No, you work. Oh, you work. But you have fun doing it most of the time. Okay? Most of the time. And you will go through hell to make it happen. For example, me approaching thousands of girls and getting rejected thousands of times. That is proof right there. Like, that's not just about sex. Because when I get sex, I don't even bust a nut. So clearly there's something else there deeper than just sex. It's not just about charisma, because that charisma, I don't really do much with it. I just come on video and talk to 1 or 0 people. So there's something deeper there that I'm digging at. And I quit rapping to just go figure this shit out. I quit rapping because I didn't have any money or women. I quit rapping because I couldn't say enough in 16 bars. And so now I have the opportunity to say more, deeper things, more time. Don't have to just think about what rhymes all the time, which would stop my ability to think on deeper things that actually matter. Because just trying to rhyme something all the time or think about a melody, it's beauty, but it's very time consuming, and I could use that time to master my sexuality, for example, my charisma, for example. And on that note, I'm going to finish out this video and go get to work. Notice how I said work, because it's still work, you know, it's soul work, but I'm going to go play with it too and have fun. And it's not that I have to, I get to. And on that note, I'm out.